I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Also want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, blessings and salutations unto the elect of Yasha, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today, as well as you Akim out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, teaching and prophesying through the spirit of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, in truth and sincerity, as well as you men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nation but are of the nation of Israel on their father's side by blood. And just kind of going off of the spirit with this lesson. Um, Video that a brother had sent to me earlier. So I'll I'll play a little bit of it and get into the lesson through the spirit. I got a couple precepts, that I got one set up and one I was thinking of, but uh, we'll see. We'll see through the spirit. 19-year-old. So here, well, I'll let him explain. Wheelchair user Emily's story is going viral, and with it, hope about this new suit. It's called the Exopulse Molly suit, and it provides low-frequency electrical stimulation with the intention to reduce spasticity in the muscles, and was initially designed for cerebral palsy, but Emily herself had a partial spinal cord injury between T11 and T12. Now, even though this tech is promising, it comes with a heavy price tag of around $6,000 per suit, and it's not something that would be able to take someone straight from just being able to use a wheelchair to walking comfortably, as Emily was able to still walk but unsteady. With this suit, she can walk steadily. Have been attempts to expand its use to things like stroke and multiple sclerosis, but results so far have been mixed. Cons, yeah. So just explaining, she wasn't like completely paralyzed. She just was having some neurotransmitter situations for the most part. But I wanted to get this right here. More so. Uh, like this. But it looked like the suit came out, a minute ago, like around 2012. When it was released to the market. So it's been around for some time. Um, but this is what I guess this is January 30th, so I don't know when exactly she got it. I was trying to look for videos of her maybe walking without the suit, but couldn't find any. But just reading this post, all right, it says a 19-year-old creator from Germany, Emily, has gone viral on TikTok for a video in which she gets up from her wheelchair and walks using a special suit. The suit sends mild electrical pulses to certain muscles, helping reduce stiffness and support movement for people with partial spinal cord injuries like hers. It has many electrodes that target muscles to improve motion without surgery or drugs, which is, okay, you don't got to get surgery. Some people don't like getting surgery. All right. Some people don't want their bodies filled up with a bunch of drugs and everything. Okay. All right. Let me get this last paragraph. It says her video has been watched over 34 million times. The suit costs around $9,000. Now, the video that he said about six. So it's roughly in that range. We'll just say 7,000. All right, just to be in that ballpark. So you pretty much spending 7,000 on a suit that would have to when you I don't know I don't know how long you can last in the suit. If there's a time, don't you shouldn't have it on past a certain amount of time. Not 100% sure, but uh, nonetheless, that price alone is just crazy, you know. But it says, and it's hard to get outside of Europe. Emily raised money for it through her social media followers. She can now stand, walk short distances, and spend time outside on her own. She reminds everyone that progress takes time, but new technology is giving people real hope. That's the part that I wanted. New technology is giving people real hope. And the thing is, people, will make us out to be the bad guy for uh, demonizing, you know, some of these inventions and some of the technology. You know, this okay, cool, get your walk on. You know what I'm saying? But as we know and as we speak on, Revelations 13th chapter about the MOTB. So all of this is just showing what their technology can do, and all they're doing is mimicking the Lord at the end of the day. Instead of this being a society to where they tell you to trust in the Lord and pray and fast and do those type of things, and it's just always about their technology, as we know. All right. But just getting into this real quick, this is John 5:1. It says, "In this there was a feast of the Jews, and Yahawashi went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethsaida, Bet, Besda, having 5 porches. And these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at the certain session into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in, was made whole of whatsoever disease he had." Right? Let's get this word whole. It says, sound of a man who is sound in body, to make one whole, i.e., restore him to health. Metaphor, teaching which does not deviate from the truth. Right? Because, hey, the Lord said what? As far as speaking on the spiritual sense of it, uh, those that need not a physician, roughly paraphrasing. Man, let me see what he said. I came not for. I can't think of it. It was just right there. Let me see. See if it'll come out right here. No. I think it was I came not for them that are whole. Let's get Mark 2:17 real quick. I need to get me a mouse. I feel like it'll be a little better. This is Mark chapter 2, verse 16. It says, "And when the scribes and the Pharisees saw him eat with publicans and sinners, they said unto his disciples, How is it that he eateth and drinketh with publicans and sinners? When Yahushua heard it, he said unto them, They that are whole have no need of a physician." That's how it's worded. "But they that are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance," because the Lord was coming to heal those who were sick. And at the end of the day, it was that sick was spiritually sick, ultimately, not having a truth, not having a gospel, all right, not having a name, not having a Hebrew, okay, not knowing who we was, okay, being in the mindset of a Gentile, so on and so forth. All right, but the word, the washing of the word, it made us whole. It healed us. Hey, that's why he said, I speak in parables, because if I don't, then those they'll be converted and healed. Matter of fact, because it's just a couple chapters over. This is Mark 4:11. It says, and he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of the Most High, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables, that seeing they may see and not perceive, and hearing they may hear and not understand, lest at any time they should be converted and their sin should be forgiven them. Right? Dang, where's not right here? Maybe, no, it should be. We gotta read down a little bit more. I thought this one was it. Let's see. Let's get this right here. This is Matthew 13 and 15. It says, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and should understand with their heart and should be converted and I should heal them. So yeah, there you have it. And that's how we become healed. That's how we become whole, right? Is by hearing and understanding, okay? By seeing and perceiving, by being able to understand the will of YAHAWASHI, right? And that's why I wanted to speak on this, because like you said, this technology is giving people real hope, you know? And ultimately, that's the Heavenly Father's job. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not for everybody, you know? He's not coming for everybody, all right? But this is supposed to be that type of society, all right? But really, it's just a digital and a technical society, you know, which everybody runs to that side of it, you know. So let me continue reading on over here. This is verse 5. It says, and a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. When Yahushua saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he said unto him, wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, sir, I have no man, when the water is troubled, to put me into the pool, but while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. Yahushua said unto him, rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. The Jews therefore said unto him that was cured, it is the Sabbath day. It is not lawful for thee to carry thy bed. You know, and hey, it's funny because you have some of those spirits out and about in these times, you know, screaming the law, the law, the law, the law. Like, here it is, this guy ain't been able to walk for 38 years. And you can't see the fact that he is now walking, you know. Or maybe you thought he got it. Well, yeah, they see. I was gonna say, but nonetheless, you know, I'm about to say maybe you thought he might have gotten in the pool or whatever, but still, you know, a miracle has been done. All right, this man wasn't able to walk. I'm sure he was very excited, you know, but you just willing to snatch that joy in the name of the law, man. All right, which that was Yahweh's purpose. Part of his purpose of coming down here was for us to receive that grace, for us to be reconciled to the Heavenly Father, to be that bridge, to be that mediator. Okay, to give us hope. Um, what's that? Let me see. Uh, he got two of them. We'll get the Romans. Romans 15:4. Just hits it right on there. It says, for whatsoever things are written aforetime are written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. You know, that we might have hope. not in no technology. I'm not saying I'm not, going off for having that, but what I'm saying is it'll lead that mindset. Where was that post at? That mindset. New technology is giving hope. All right. And she is who she is, whatever. I'm just, speaking to the sheep right now. All right, because there is going to come a time where technology is going to get involved with uh life and death situation, you know. Revelations 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, which is has been, revealed today as being the RFID C-hip, man. Okay, that is one of their next steps is to put a micro C-hip in your hand or in your forehead, however. Hey, cause you got the what's the Neuralink. Neuralink is allowing people to walk and control things. I think it. Let me see. I know they can like control, their computer, their cursor on their computer. They can type things. Let me double check. Help. I'm just checking over here. Yeah, it says Neuralink aims to help paralyzed individuals walk by using brain computer interfaces to bridge damaged spinal cords, transmitting brain signals directly to muscles. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's just a roadblock somewhere, right? The Lord has created the body so beautiful, for lack of better words. Not saying it's a bad word, just uh, that's how the body works through communication. You know, my brain is my brain and my lips is communicating right now for me to say the words that I'm saying. You know, that's why it'd be hard to talk at times when you got like a foggy brain. You know, but it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So that is going to be a choice, man, as the scriptures call it, the hour of temptation. The hour of temptation, man. Is and trust me, it's gonna be called that for a reason. You're talking about not being able to buy anything or sell anything. So you basically talking about not having a home, not having a car, not being within society, not being able to eat, you know, as much as you want, which that's what they've conditioned. They fattened the cow. All right. They fed Americans, oh, eat, snack here, snack there, eat all day. Through the spirit, I was looking up videos on autophagy earlier and probably start doing a lot. Probably start doing some intermittent fasting, man, just for the health benefits of it, and clear up my mind a little bit, and because as everybody's saying, we see, where they didn't really just chow down on food all day. They didn't have food just laying around. They didn't have a refrigerator, and they just go on over there and warm something up. You know what I'm saying? They ate they daily bread, man. All right, so um, I mean that's pretty much it. I don't want to drag it out too much. It's just really it's the mindset. We gotta have our minds, of course, set on YAHAWASHI, because this man's gonna come. He's gonna come with many tricks, man. All right, he's gonna come with many tricks, and he's gonna do what he do best, man, deceive. You know, but the elect can't be touched. Let me see. Man, This is Revelations 24 and 24. It says, "For there shall arise false anointed ones and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." So part of these is their wonders and their signs, is their technology, man. You had a guy sitting. I don't even know. I don't know if it was real or not. But hey, well, that's the thing. That's part of the technology. Some of these videos be AI. You don't know what's real, what's not. Like you can really, if you pay close enough attention, you can tell. You know, but that's part of his technology, part of his deceit. So he can have it to where something looks like it's happening to justify whatever means, man. All right. So I just wanted to touch on that, man. We gotta have hope in Yahweh Bashim Shai, trust in Yahweh Bashim Shai, call all Yahweh Bashim Shai is 441. That's the message of the story. It's Esau's gonna have what he have, but at the end of the day, Yahweh Bashim Shai uh is the way. It's the true hope, man. All right. It's that narrow path. It hurts a little bit, it stings, but that alcohol is good for that cut. It cleans it out and stop it from being infected, man. All right, and so do this narrow path do to us. It cleans us out. It gets our impurities out. All right, that we can be uh, without spot and blameless, if it be of the Lord, if it be of the Lord's will, man. All right. Hey, so with that, Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure unto the end. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.